Hi, it's Jane with Scraptastic Yarns, and today we are discussing hooks. Apparently there's 10 questions going around about hooks, and I have been tagged in those. First of all, listening to some of the folks talk about their hooks, and some of them have mentioned they don't know whether they're inline, tapered, what it means. So let's discuss the first thing about hooks. Did you know there are 7 parts to a crochet hook? 7. First of all, there is the head. There is the throat. That is this portion right here. This is the shaft. This is your thumb rest. And of course, here is the handle. Now, when you get to the hook part, you have, in this area right here is considered the mouth or the bowl of the hook, and this is considered the lip or the nose of the hook. This is a tapered hook. I have only got a few inline hooks, and we'll kind of discuss what inline hooks are. This is a Susan Bates. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Focus on it. Focus, focus. We're not, there we go. We're going to focus on that. Now, typically when you crochet, right here is the shaft. That is what you need to use to size your stitch. And size your stitch tells you the millimeters of the stitch that you're going for. This is an inline hook simply because this part of the hook here is even with the shaft. It doesn't go beyond it. It doesn't go under it. It's right even with it. And this is a hook that normally, this one is a Tunisian, so it's got a little bit of a point to help you get in, but it is a Susan Bates. Normally Susan Bates are just more rounded on the end there. But Susan Bates hooks are extremely good for teaching new people to crochet so that they can get consistent stitches. Once you move over to a tapered hook, you learn to do your stitches consistently, and generally that just takes a lot of practice. So there's that, and this is a double-ended Tunisian crochet hook. I have tons of hooks, folks. Tons of hooks. Now, the very first question on this set of tags, this crochet hook tag that was put into motion by Marny, Keto Marny, is the, what is your favorite brand of crochet hook? Tell you folks, I have 2. One is the tulip. That is my absolute favorite. And these are my go-tos. My second favorite are, of course, the Clover Amours. Now, they both have a Teflon coating on them so that they glide through the stitches. And what I found rather funny is both of my favorite hooks are made by Japanese companies. Clover is a Japanese company that is into quilting, sewing, knitting, crochet things. Tulip is another Japanese manufacturer that, from what I see, they mostly just do crochet hooks. They have the tulips. They have one called Sucre, which is the tiny little steel hooks that have the ergonomic handles, and those are on my list to get. That's part of my wish list. And then the other is what they call classics, which are just basically steel hooks like these with the Teflon coating. A lot of Japanese markets when they use just what they call a classic hook, generally it is one hook on one end that is one size, another size on the other end. Just the way the company rolls. What is my favorite size? Again, I have two. I cannot pick just one. One is the J hook and the other is the 7mm. I love these two hooks and I use these a lot. K is kind of close. My K is in a project right now. Let's see, do you prefer a tapered hook? Yes, I prefer a tapered hook. I started out on the steel hooks. Yes, when I learned to crochet, I started out on steel hooks. And my mother had started me out on a size 3.5mm, which is pretty tiny. And why? Because at 5, 6 years old, I really wanted a bracelet. And my mother was crocheting beaded bracelets, earrings, and necklaces. And I wanted one, but she was selling them. So in order for me to get one, I had to learn to crochet. So I learned on thread and that needle right there. I moved on to some of the itty bitty ones, like this. This is a size 1.65mm, which is considered a 7. Little bitty hooks. Into some hooks that are very, very tiny. So tiny that you can crochet thread with, as in sewing thread. And yes, I have done that too. I wouldn't recommend it with bad eyesight because it's very difficult. But I have like, I think 4 or 5 of these sets of steel hooks. And of course that has all my Boyes in them. Well, not all of them. Yes, some of them. But yeah, and why do I keep them? I don't know. Because when I go looking for them, I can't find them. And then I have some more of these crazy hooks. Steel hooks, some more Boyes. I even have one of these plastic ones. And I believe that's a size L. It's plastic. Not positive. This is a bone hook, and I believe that's a size B. It's completely carved out of bone. That was given to me. Oh, I did find a Susan Bates. See how that goes right in line with the... Let's come back here. It's directly in line with the head of the hook. That is what an inline hook is. A lot of people will place it against a wall, place it against paper. That's fine. You can do it that way. But like I said, I've got 4 sets of these different sizes. How do I grip my hook? I am a knife holder. I tried that pencil business. Drove me nuts. And I think a lot of that is because my mother was a knife holder and she started me out with those steel hooks. So I'm pretty sure, you know, that's part of the reason that I am a knife holder. And I prefer it. Does the style of hook dictate how you crochet? No. The only difference is when I am using the steel hooks, I generally have to go down and I will play with it for, you know, a little while. I'll do a little swatch with whatever size steel hook I'm working with because I've been using other hooks most of the time. So you just have to get your hands used to it. It is an odd situation because you're changing not only the size of the material you're working with, but the hook. So it's just, you know, one of those things that you need to get used to. Do I prefer ergonomic hooks or regular hooks? Ergonomic hooks, all the way. That is why I love the tulips. They are considered an ergonomic, and as well as all the clovers. I have a full set of the clovers. In fact, I think I have 2 sets. But of course, they're downstairs. I didn't bring those up. I didn't bring the sets up. What are your thoughts on lighted hooks? Well, I have a full set of the lighted hooks, and I don't even know if they light up. Yep. Of the lighted hooks, and they light up. Both of them still work. I love these. They're great for nighttime. The blue is the I and the green is a J. And the yarn just glides right over those. My biggest complaint about them is because I crochet fast and the yarn squeaks. When you use plastic hooks that don't have Teflon or silicone coating, they squeak. They just squeak. Have I ever used a hook with interchangeable heads? Now I'm going to show you the first set of hooks that I used that had interchangeable heads. And it came from Provo Craft. I was into yarn hooking. And it comes with a set like this. And this is the other handle. And it has my pick on it for loom knitting. I use this mostly for loom knitting. I have used these interchangeables. They're okay, but I find it rather annoying. And I never could understand. Let me get this hook out. What the point? And these just screw in. And if you get them in tight, they'll never come out. I never understood what the point of this is. Because see where the hook is? I don't crochet like that. There is no way to get this hook in the right position to use this like this. Maybe it was meant to use like this, but I don't crochet like that, so there you have it. And like I said, these just screw out and go back in. No big deal. Then my second set of interchangeable hooks was actually my dream set. Now this is my dream set. Partially. I have 2 of each hooks. So you can see these are all in different projects. Now I don't always use them with the cords. But when I'm doing a Tunisian blanket, I will use it with the cords. And they connect with that type of connector. And you use a little eye pin to get them in. Now these cords, Dreams and Knit Picks cords are interchangeable. So I use a lot of my Knit Picks cords interchangeably with these interchangeable hooks. And I love them. I have done just plain crochet items with them. These are the wooden ones. And I love these. I believe Knit Picks also has a nickel crochet hook as well as the wooden. And I do have a set of Knit Picks wooden crochet hooks that I use all the time too. Now I just recently gotten these. These are the Denise, and these are okay. The biggest problem I have with them is even when you get the cord in, it's short. so that the cord connection is right here, and it irritates my hand when I'm crocheting with it. So I don't always use these, but you know, I do use them occasionally. And I usually use these for Tunisian as well. I do have one more set of interchangeables, and these are light up interchangeables. And these are by Fun Living. And it comes with a cord to charge, and then you have all the different size heads here. And then there is a little wrench, which always slides out, but that is meant to help you connect into the hook. And these hooks, there's a button you press, and they have different strengths of light. This one, the whole hook lights up. This, mostly just the very tip of it lights up. So that is, I mean, they're great for nighttime crocheting, or if you're in the car or something like that. So I do use them, or if I'm using a dark thread that's hard to see, like dark navy, black, sometimes I'll crank these out now that I have old eyes. Yeah, old eyes. And I do have a lot of other hooks. You know, I have the fake clover, and these are okay. I use these lots of times. And then I believe I have some wooden ones over here. Nope. Actually, there's a Boye in there, and there is an actual clover in there, J. So, I have a lot. A lot of hooks, guys. And then, of course, you always have those silly plastic hooks, you know, that we all have. And these I have used to make rugs with fabrics, as well as large projects. You know, they're kind of fun to play with every once in a while. I also, like I said, I have a lot of Tunisian hooks, some with double-ended, some with just plain. And then, of course, I have the set of the Clover Soft Touch. For the longest time, I used these all the time until I got my tulips. And then I went to the tulips and I haven't turned back. I'd still use these if my hooks are in other projects. I do have a off-brand someone gave me, wooden carved. And like I said, lots of Tunisian hooks. I love the Clover double-ended hooks. These are really short, so you can use them to make hats, which I do occasionally. And then, of course, we have all kinds of wooden Tunisian, or what they call crow hooks, that have hooks on each end, as well as, I don't know if any of you were ever part of the Boye craze. Big wooden hooks with the black or the color on the ends to tell you what size they were. I believe this is the L, this is the M. Use these to make afghans, and I used to do that all the time. I was into anything and everything that came along. And of course there's the double-ended crochet, you know, this plastic one that has the hooks on each end, and you'd put the red when you got to the end. The green is what you would tell you to go. This was meant so that you could crochet halfway across your afghan, put that on, and then you could, you know, finish crocheting it across and then pick up your stitches going across. And this one works really well with two different colors of yarn. So you'll have one row of one color, one row of another. It's just a lot of fun and, you know, crazy things. Now, the other question was, do you like projects that require a small stainless steel hook or larger hooks? I like them both. A lot of it just depends. I do notice that when I'm getting close to Christmas time, I go to my steel hooks because you make all those angels and small Christmas ornaments with the thread, and it's just beautiful. And if you were allowed to use only two hooks for the rest of your life, what size and brand would they be? It would be my J tulip hook and my 7mm clover hook. And that would be it. I would use those two forever. I hope you had fun with this little bit of tag, learning a little bit. I just find it amazing, the different answers that I've seen. I'm enjoying the tag, getting to see everybody's tag and everything else. And of course, thank you Keto Marny for putting this tag out. And of course, Terry from Nana's Crochet Ideas and Petra from Petra's Happy Place had tagged me. Now it's time to tag. And I have a dislike about tags because it feels like you're singling out someone. So I'm not going to tag anyone other than to say, tag, you're it. If you've seen this and you want to join in on this tag, by all means, go for it. It's a lot of fun. For those of you that don't do videos, by all means, answer them, you know, down in the comments below. I'm going to leave the list of questions down there. By all means, answer them. I'm also going to post the list on my group so that people can answer them if they want to on that post. Let's just have a little bit of fun with this. And remember, everybody, tag, you're it. We're practicing kindness here. All right. See you guys again soon. Everybody have a blessed week. Bye.